So this, as you can see here, friends, is got a considerable dip in it. It appears to Alex and I that it's just the fact that it's kind of bent down here that's causing that problem. So we will take this off and then we'll take a closer look at it. I think part of the problem is that this was actually installed underneath this lip, and it needs to be above this lip. So we will spend a little time, straighten this out, make sure it fits properly. I also want to take a look at this whole lens, which may be adjustable within there as well from the back side. So and again, I'm going to get it so it's fitting right now instead of later, because when I get these parts painted, when I go to put it on, I don't want to be bending them then and trying to work them, because then I could crack the fresh paint. So Alex and I will spend a little bit of time later just adjusting the fit of this to make sure these bends are taken out and everything fits properly. Okay, so we got the filler panels off, and then the next thing we're going to do is take these tail light lenses out, and I believe they come out as an assembly. And so you can see over here that they're actually attached from the back side. And there's nuts here that I'll take off, and then hopefully this whole tail light assembly will come out. Now I've also got to disconnect these light bulbs, and to do that you simply twist them and then they pop out. So I'm still deconstructing the back of the Riviera here, and I've taken all the nuts and washers off the back here, like this one is the last one here. And then I should be able to pull the tail light lens out. Yeah, there we go. Then that whole assembly comes out. We're going to do more work on this later. We'll take it apart. So the last thing we got to do is take these trim pieces off. And these trim pieces are held up in the back with just some little nuts. And so before I do that, I'm going to pick things up. I'm going to clean up. So I'm not, I mean, you're going to get dirty, you know, if you're a car guy, y'all know that. But I just don't like to work in tons of stuff. I rather just clean up, then start again, as opposed to laying in a lot of dirt. So I'm going to take a minute and clean up, and then we'll take those last trim pieces off. Well, you can help out some. So we got everything cleaned up with Alex's help, so I'm back on the ground here. And now I'm taking off these last pieces of trim, and essentially they're held on with 7/16 inch nuts. You know, if it ain't hard enough to just do the job, then you got gnats in your eyes and flying up your nose. And that's, you know, just part of the game. You gotta love it. Love the gnats. Alright, I think these are pretty loose. I can maybe get them fingers now, yeah. Let's see. So 3, 1, 2, 3, and out. There they go. I always put these little nuts back on, and then that way I don't lose them. All right, there's that side. Just a little long. Can't get it. There. There's that one. Getting close to having the last piece of trim off and having this back end totally deconstructed. There we go. Last piece of trim. Neighbors are having a picnic, you know, having fun and stuff. Me, I'm doing cars. It's what I've done my whole life. Volbeat. I like Volbeat. I'm going to take these air lines out that run to the shock absorbers. Just get them out of the way. Again, I want to get everything out of the way I can to make it easier to remove this gas tank. Plus it's got to come out anyway. So, you know, I'm saying that I'm going to remove the gas tank, but actually it's probably going to be the last thing to come out on the back end of this car. But it'll come out and it'll be easier to get out when everything else is out of the way, including this exhaust. So I think we showed you earlier the exhaust, it's got holes in it. It's bad, it's going to have to be replaced. So that runs along kind of the side of the gas tank there. I'm going to get that stuff out of the way too. But first I'm going to get these air lines out of the way. I've already let the air out of these shocks, so I'm just going to go ahead and loosen this up. It's real easy. Take that off, and then this will snake back through the frame. It looks like they've got it routed through. So there's these little nuts that hold the lines on at the tops of the air shocks. I've already let the air out of the shocks, so there's no worry about it blowing off as I loosen it. So you just unloosen this, turn it counterclockwise, and then pull the line out, and then you can pull the retainer nut right off that line, and then I'm just pulling this line back through the frame where they had routed it. Not a bad mounting location, but again, I'm getting everything out of the way. I'll redo it later, and I got a different route I think is a little bit better for these lines anyway. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to remove the exhaust system, and you can see here that the back of the exhaust actually has